How many days a week do you ask a client about their poop?
Love it. Let's start off with a bang.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, totally. Every day. I mean, we have to talk about our poop. If we don't know what's going on with our poop, we don't know what's going on with our body, digestion. So if it's not a daily, conversation, happens daily.
I go many days without telling anyone about my poops.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
Why is that an important conversation to have?
Especially with clients, right? Like we're looking at different foods, how we're digesting, and you want to see the physical output of what you're putting in. So it's just another metric to understand what's happening and shifting over time.
So what are things like when someone gives you their answer, whatever that
Let's
ends up
go
being?
deeper into poop.
Yeah, right. So they give you their answer. What are things that make your eyes bug out and you're like, oh, okay, we got stuff to fix.
Yeah. Well, we want to look at the color, the texture, the size. Did you feel complete after you had your bowel movement, after you got that shit out?
What do you mean by complete?
So sometimes you can feel like, you go to the bathroom, you go poop. It doesn't feel like you're complete. Like you still feel like you have more to go. You can sit there and try to get your poop out. You ideally want to just feel like you have to poop. You go poop. It feels good, and then you move on. That's in the perfect world.
Okay. So what are the common combinations that you see that are problems or end up being problems related with nutritional stuff?
Yeah. If you have pebbly poops, if it's really hard to get a bowel movement out, if you're going more than a day or two without having a bowel movement, that's a red flag. Your body's holding on to everything. So I would say those would be the most common.
So if we're going a day or two without a bowel movement,
Yeah.
why is that a red flag? And if your body's trying to hold on to everything, what is that indicating?
Yeah, it's a really good question. Right, we're inputting foods. We want to have smooth digestion. We want things to be released from our body. We're holding on to food. We're holding on to toxins. It's just a sign. Bowel movements are a sign of elimination. And we want to keep that system moving as much as possible. And I would say it's really common for people to go multiple days. The colon cancer rates are skyrocketing as well. And that has a huge impact on, obviously, bowel movements.
So the lack of bowel movements leads to an increase in colon cancer risk?
Yeah, I can.
Is that because they're holding on to the toxins?
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Yeah.
Why would our body want to hold on to the...
I have this whole theory.
let's hear it.
So you're digesting food, obviously, but you're digesting life and life experiences too, right? If we're really stressed in life and there's so many things, our body is tense, our guts are tight, we're really holding on emotionally, right, to anything that's there, any trauma, any experiences, and that affects our bodies. And we can see that through lack of elimination physically, okay? But I think it's right, you want to digest food and you want to digest life, and that shows up in the physical body in a variety of ways.
Digesting life.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's probably something that not a lot of us do appropriately.
Yeah. It happens in your body, right? We're humans, we're experiencing life day to day, and we have to work with our systems and obviously our digestion to process experiences, conversations, emotions, all of that.
So when you say people are holding on to XYZ, let's just go with the life route. They're holding on to life. I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't understand what that means. What do you mean when I'm holding? I had a bad conversation at work,
right?
Whatever, and now it's 5 days later.
Yeah.
How am I holding on to that? Because that for 100% can impact our digestion and stuff.
Totally.
What does holding on to that mean? Do we know what occurs physiologically when that happens?
Yeah. Right. So we're holding on. Okay. So in an example, you have a conversation with someone, and maybe in that conversation, your body tenses, That's one way to notice what's happening. You're holding on to like tension in the body physically, but also you could be replaying the conversation, or you could be replaying something you wish you did. Like you're holding on mentally to that experience, and that impacts how your body, it's like stuck. Like there's almost something that's stuck there. You're in a loop. Your body's in that tension hold pattern, and to be able to release and to like have that experience, like, you know, move through, there's a whole world of somatics. But I know we talk a lot about that brain gut connection. So that would be that experience. Okay, so you have like that stressful moment, or you a conversation that's just like replaying in your head, right? Yeah. So it's happening through that brain gut connection that sends signals to your gut. It affects digestion. Inflammation is a huge one. Obviously, like how we process anything that's happening from the food that we eat, but then also the same pathway. If we're eating something and there's an imbalance of bacteria or something going on in the gut, it's sending that signal to the brain there with more anxiety, focus, memory, like it can cause craving. So all those different things, that's how it works together. And all in all, digestion is how you know if you're processing food or life's experiences.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So if we have the two spectrums. We can have, I don't have a bowel movement for 30 days in a row, or I have a bowel movement every 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So one end of the spectrum is I'm not digesting life or my bagel in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm holding on to it. So from the brain to gut connection way, that could be, I had a difficult conversation, a lot of traffic, yes. I was rushed, I got sped up, I got sympathetic, I got stressed. Since I'm stressed, now my whole body is upshifted to fifth gear.
Right.
And I'm rushing around. If we're rushing around, we're not going to be digesting stuff because we're primed to run and primed to run away or chase something. Then we're not going to digest stuff. So that makes sense with the whole holding on to stuff that you eat or digest life. From the gut up perspective, if I eat food, the way that I digest can then impact my mood, motion, mental behaviors. How?
Totally. So yes, digestion is one of the pieces, but there's so much more in the gut microbiome, right? Like there are viruses. What kind of bacteria do you have? How much good bacteria? How much bad bacteria? Parasites, right? Like all of those different things truly impact what's happening. So if you want more energy, if you have a lot of food chatter, that's another one that I hear quite often.
That's new. What's that?
So like the food noise.
Okay.
There's so much now with, the GLP-1.
Oh, you're saying in what advice people are giving?
No, just so like the GLP-1 commercials are like, do you have the food noise? Where it's like you're constantly thinking about food. If you're not eating, you're thinking about your next meal. Like that kind of mental state can also indicate that there's something off in your gut. Interesting. Yeah.
What things have you found to be off in the gut if you have food chatter?
Yeah. Okay, so gut microbiome testing is so helpful. I mean, it's not for everyone, but you get like an entire reading printout of what's happening. So it's like
is that like an at-home kit?
Yeah, so it's a shit kit.
Okay.
You poop in a little thing, and then you ship it to the lab, and then you get your results back. But again, it's like how much good bacteria, bad bacteria, what bacteria is in your gut. So you can kind of, see all those different markers.
How many bacteria should be in our gut?
That's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that.
Over, under 1,000.
I don't know the answer to that. Yeah.
What are all the things that are in our microbiome?
All the different things that are in our gut microbiome.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't list all of them.
Yeah. Well, so we have like bacteria.
Right.
Because I get asked that a lot. Like,
okay.
What is that? And I'm just like, Well, your gut, like your bacteria, from what I understand, your bacteria is what's helping break down the food. You have some like fermentation process.
Right.
And you have to find a way to go from a tomato and extract all of the nutrients. And then the stuff that is not good needs to stay in the gut, and the stuff that is good needs to get out of the gut and into the bloodstream and into all your cells.
Yeah.
And the bacteria kind of help with that. And then the bad food help colonize bad bacteria, and that's when we have this whole inflammatory, leaky gut, mumbo jumbo, bad process. And then we have to clear that stuff out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a little toxic chemical storm.
Yeah, definitely.
So are viruses in the microbiome?
They can be.
Well, that's not fun.
Yeah.
And then parasites are in there too.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think you have parasites?
I think everybody has parasites.
Oh, no.
I mean, that's just the world that we live in. Gosh. Yeah, but then sometimes it can get to a point where it's, obviously you're having symptoms and something's happening, and that's when you would take a test and go deeper.
So what are common symptoms of having parasites or viral gut or bad bacteria?
I mean, look, at some point everybody's going to experience like having a virus. I had one last year. It was the worst experience ever. It was like called
Campylobacter?
Oh my God, it was so bad.
No.
We looked up the picture of what it actually looks like under a microscope. It's like this gnarly, just like angry looking virus.
Gosh. Like the Mucinex guy?
It's worse than that, honestly.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
But yeah, I mean, if you're obviously diarrhea is like a huge symptom. Yeah. Most people would know. But I think sneaky symptoms that kind of get checked under the radar would be just like brain fog, constant anxiety. I mean, depression, so much of that is from the gut microbiome. And over time, I think what happens is people have their baseline of how they feel. And it can either be like 0 to 100 if you have a virus and you get it immediately, or if it's over time and you don't catch it, it becomes your new baseline. So you don't know that you're necessarily feeling these things, but it's the brain fog, it's like inflammation, it's something is off, but you can't really pinpoint it. Those kind of things that are sneaky and in the background.
It reminded me of like neurochemicals with the gut creates, I think, 95% of our serotonin.
Yeah.
Which that's a major connection with the anxiety, depression.
Yeah.
Brain fog is interesting. That makes sense from good, healthy energy perspective. Because if stuff can't get out of our gut, then it's useless.
Right.
That makes sense with the gut-brain connection from gut to brain of how that can influence our mood and behavior from that way. Are there certain foods that maximize our serotonin, or ones that downgrade it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, food is definitely most basic answer is eat colorful foods. Like colorful
Eat the rainbow.
Eat the rainbow, yeah. Colorful foods that are from the earth, right? They're like full of energy. They're like vibrating with color. Like that's what we want to eat and gravitate towards. Like all of that feeds our bodies, feeds our energy, feeds mental health, and can help support all the good bacteria.
What do you eat in a day? I gotta know.
Yeah, I really like eating seasonally.
Okay.
So that's really important to me.
So we're in fall.
We're in fall.
So what is fall?
I just roasted some sweet potatoes and squash this week.
Okay.
Green
orange
beans.
colors.
Yeah, orange colors.
Green, that's not fall.
Yeah, it's kind of fall.
That's spring vibes.
Green is like all the time. Look at that, it's green.
That is a little green. Okay.
Yes, I like to do those.
We should have had a bunch of fruits and veggies on the TV instead.
Magically moving across. I mean, I like to eat eggs, chicken, bison, protein, salmon, some of my favorite foods. Love broccoli, asparagus, cauliflower, avocados. Yeah.
Okay. So what was your breakfast yesterday?
My breakfast yesterday was, I had leftover chicken soup. So it was like chicken broth, chicken, carrot, celery, onion, spices.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what was the next meal?
The next meal.
We're going to go down the whole rabbit hole.
Here we go. Yes, yesterday I ate. So I woke up. I also had an apple and some almond butter before I worked out. And then for lunch, I went to a networking meeting and there was lunch there. So I had a turkey sandwich on gluten-free bread.
Nice.
Had a couple French fries. They were delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And for dinner, we actually went to sushi dinner last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's not a typical day, but that's what I ate yesterday. It was
That's
so
beautiful.
good.
Yeah. You got to live a little bit.
You really do.
That's
you
awesome.
only have one life.
Right.
Yeah. But for the most part, when I'm planning my meals, like it's all colorful and obviously fresh from the earth.
What's your typical conversation with people when it comes to protein intake, especially for women?
Yeah, good question. There's so much online right now about getting your protein, and protein is important. It's super, super important. And I think especially starting your day with protein is essential. If you are a female, you need to start your day with at least 30 grams of protein, minimum. Like if you're not starting your day that way, that is like the first piece of advice. But I think yes, protein is important, and I also want to plug fiber because fiber also needs to have its moment to shine, right? Like we're talking about digestion and ways to get things moving. Fiber is essential. We're not eating nearly enough as fiber as we need to, just an average person. So of course, adding in the color is going to be helpful.
How do we know if we're having enough fiber or not? Like how much fiber is correct?
Yeah. Everybody has like different needs, but I would say generally, if you are looking at a plate, you want like half your plate to be vegetables in a perfect world.
Do fruit count or no?
Well, fruit would still be fiber, but if we're talking about like veggies itself, like I would say fruit falls into more of the carbohydrate category. We want like veggies to have their moment as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely need more veggies.
Yeah.
I used to have every day when I was out east, I'd have a mega salad.
Yeah.
Middle of the day, it was great. It'd have like bell peppers, spinach, like broccoli,
Yum.
beans, olives. I'd have a couple cans of tuna with it too. Some sweet
Amazing.
potatoes. It was dank. Super good. And when I moved home, we were in the middle of a house remodel, and so we didn't have a kitchen. And so I had to learn how can I still eat all of the correct amount of food that I need to. I don't have a kitchen though.
Right.
So I would have to go over to my grandma's house to cook my sweet potatoes and meat. I'd have to go bum rice off my friend. And then that's when I learned, was like, I don't have to cook fruit.
Right.
I can just eat a bunch of fruit and I never have to cook that stuff. So I used to meal prep every Sunday out east. I'd meal prep and it would be like a 3-hour process.
Nice.
But I get it all done.
Right.
And it was great, but it was always a 3-hour chore.
Yeah.
And now it's like I only have to cook sweet potatoes, meat, and rice because I just eat fruit.
Yeah.
And then I rely on whatever my mom makes for dinner to hopefully include a salad
Right.
to get the vegetables. But I do always feel a little bit better when I have like a nice Greek-style salad with some spinach is not Greek, but spinach, cucumber, tomatoes, carrots, olives with some apple cider vinegar dressing, and I always end up feeling better the next day after that.
Right.
Interesting. I wish that fruit counted.
Yeah, I know. I think too, like, if someone like me, I like to eat food, and when you can bulk up your entire meal with extra veggies, like you're eating so much more, and it helps you stay fuller longer too. So, and it slows blood sugar. I mean, I could pop off on how much I love veggies, but.
Okay. So, or do we need to have veggies with every meal?
I mean, obviously we're humans. We're not going to do that, but as much as you can include would be great. I think, generally speaking, 6 to 7 servings of vegetables a day would be ideal in a perfect world. So that would look like if it's like a leafy green, like arugula, spinach, kale, that would be 1 cup would be a serving. And if it's like broccoli, cabbage, carrots, a half a cup would be a serving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So leafy greens, plus broccoli, cauliflower, cruciferous,
Yes.
and carrots. What other veggies fall into that positive fiber category?
Oh my gosh. Bell peppers, eggplant, tomatoes, okra, onion.
Have you ever had a fried okra?
No.
That's a southern thing. They're good.
Have you?
Uh-huh.
I love okra. It's so slimy.
Where do you get that?
Grocery store, like
Like a Trader Joe's style okra?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I've gotten it at the farmer's market before, but I just like saute it.
So you mentioned bell peppers, eggplants, tomatoes. Those
Yeah.
aren't those nightshades?
They're nightshades.
So is that a thing or no?